foundations, and with the industry's most comprehensive end-to-end portfolio, services, and expertise, we're shaping the future as only Nokia can, dependably and with integrity. We're enabling experiences that bring the human family closer together, helping people, businesses, and communities truly connect with what they need, want, and love. Because at Nokia, we create the technology to connect the world. Today, Nokia is shaping the future of an
I know that there are so many people around the world with creative aspirations that lack the means to truly access them.
What we aim to do is facilitate knowledge transfer.
We're trying to make everyone an innovator.
The desired outcome in the long run would be to help create this really helpful and wholesome student community that's full of people who share. Temp is essentially a platform where students can list and hire items from each other, which promotes sustainability and also fosters a wholesome, helpful community.
Our idea is an app called Nodoshi that uses beacons to send and receive information to any devices that are close enough. This idea can solve problems with attendance in terms of waste and disconnectedness.
Our project is called Advice, and with Advice we are developing an audio app for students and teachers that makes it really easy to create, share, and also listen to all kinds of learning content in a playlist and track format.
When I first started DJing, it took me like 3 months to just learn the basics. Now we can package that in a 3-day tutorial system in which you can learn like this. And we believe strongly that everybody should be able to do the same.
Red Bull Basement University will impact me in the way that it allows me to expand not only which projects I think of, but also the right way to recruit people to support me, as well as organize the entire process of development.
No matter if it's a university context, but also a business environment. So within companies, really helping people to share knowledge better.
Red Bull Basement University is this amazing platform for me to share my idea with the world. And that's like the biggest benefit.
Energy Grid is basically an innovation that converts kinetic energy to electrical energy.
I'm Likita Chandrasekhara, and I have been an IT volunteer for over 2 years, being an active member of the Bangalore local network. I am delighted to be the host for the year-end podcast. 2019 has indeed been a really exciting year, packed with a lot of activity, action, and engagement at IT India. We kicked off this year on a really high-energy note, unveiling our re-engineered brand. This change reflects the exciting and inspirational world of engineering and technology and the impact we have on the wider society, including the next generation of engineers. Our marketing team has met over 150 plus volunteers over the year to introduce to them our new brand philosophy. Our committed volunteers have been doing some great work over the past year. In addition to over 300 events across the 9 local networks, the Sri Lanka local network played host to our new IET president, Dr.
Our world is changing.
Engineering is changing.
Society is changing.
We are changing.
We're here to inspire,
inform,
influence, and change perceptions.
demonstrating how important engineers and technicians are in our lives.
Championing achievements,
helping to create new technologies that enable us to thrive,
and inspiring future generations to make a difference.
Together, we discover new concepts by turning theory into practice.
Create solutions to society's biggest challenges.
Share knowledge and expertise through our networks.
Grow by developing new skills and capabilities.
Evolve and adapt for the future.
We are the IET.
Together, we are engineering a better world.
Today, Nokia is shaping the future of an increasingly connected world, developing technology that works for people, that responds to us, learns from us, and adapts intelligently to our needs. Driven by our vision and the pioneering spirit of Nokia Bell Labs, we're innovating, exploring, discovering new and better ways to transform technologies and businesses. Through 5G, augmented reality, artificial intelligence, building extraordinary networks, devices, software, and ecosystems. We're delivering through the cloud the Internet of Things, the next technological revolution to help us live longer, happier lives, stimulate business and enrich communities through ultra-broadband, realize a future where machines and humans work collaboratively and safely side by side. Built on our strong foundations, and with the industry's most comprehensive end-to-end portfolio, services, and expertise, we're shaping the future as only Nokia can, dependably and with integrity. We're enabling experiences that bring the human family closer together, helping people, businesses, and communities truly connect with what they need, want, and love. Because at Nokia, we create the technology to connect the world.
The Chennai local network of IIT India is delighted to host the NASA International Space Apps Challenge in India. This international hackathon is taking place simultaneously in over 250 plus countries across the globe. Since its inception in 2012, the NASA Space Apps Challenge has become one of the biggest globally, engaging thousands of citizens across the globe to use its NASA's open data to build innovative solutions to the challenges we face here on Earth and in space.
The IET is a global diverse home for 168,000 engineering and technology graduates spread over 150 countries. We support engineers at every stage of their careers, whether it's developing new capabilities or perfecting established ones. We are delighted to be hosting the prestigious Space Apps Challenge.
I am Vivek Vasan, the local lead for the event hosted by the IET Chennai Local Network.
The IET Chennai Local Network has organized several virtual boot camps in the run-up to the hackathon.
You are invited to the virtual boot camp hosted by an interdisciplinary platform of experts.
It's an opportunity for people of various ages to come together to work on topics that require action.
Space Apps inspires local communities to come together, think intensely, and create solutions to important problems.
The ethos of the event is all about collaboration, fun, and learning.
The IIT delivers insights, inspiration, and influence across areas of our strategic focus.
Through its three focus sectors of IoT, future of mobility and transport, and future of work, the IIT aims at providing engineering solutions to societal and global challenges.
Inspiring future generation with advancement of today. This is my IIT.
Hope to see interesting and innovative solutions over the hackathon weekend.
We inspire people to make a difference to benefit future generations. We are the IIT. We engineer a better world.
For more details, visit spaceappschallenge.org. But let's keep the conversation going using the hashtag SpaceAppsChennai.
Evolve and adapt for the future.
We are the IET.
Together, we are engineering a better world.
The Chennai local network of IIT India is delighted to host the NASA International Space App Challenge in India. This international hackathon is taking place simultaneously
a better world.
For more details, visit spaceappschallenge.org. But let's keep the conversation going using the hashtag SpaceAppsChennai.
Evolve and adapt for the future.
We are the IET.
Together, we are engineering a better world.
A very good morning to one and all present here. The will to win, the desire to succeed, the urge to reach your full potential. These are the keys that will unlock the door to personal excellence. And hackathons are where your crazy idea becomes a reality. Respected guests of honor, esteemed speakers, participants, and my dear friends, I, Anupama, on behalf of IET Chennai Local Network, extend a warm welcome to the inauguration ceremony of NASA Space Apps Challenge 2020, hosted by Institution of Engineering and Technology, IET, in association with our knowledge partner, Department of Science and Technology, DST, under the aegis of National Science and Technology, Entrepreneurship Development Board, Innovation Partner, Red Bull Basement, the Technology Partner, Airmeet, and our long-standing technical partner, Nokia Solution Limited. Space Apps is a NASA-led initiative organized in collaboration with Booz Allen Hamilton, Mind Group, Second Muse, and the NASA Open Innovation Applied Sciences Program. Since its inception in 2012, NASA's International Space Apps Challenge has become the world's largest global hackathon, engaging coders, scientists, designers, storytellers, makers, builders, technologists, and others in cities around the world, where teams engage with the National Aeronautics and Space Administration's free and open data to address real-world problems on Earth and in space. Space Apps inspires local communities to come together, think intensely, and create solutions to important problems. Each year, Space Apps engages thousands of individuals in cities around the world to work with the NASA's open source data in a 48-hour sprint. Teams of technologists, scientists, designers, entrepreneurs, artists, and others collaborate to answer some of the most pressing challenges on Earth and in space. To briefly highlight how the space apps work, on one weekend each year, with the help of NASA's global organizing team, fondly known as the GO team, hundreds of local leads around the world host events in a 48-hour sprint in which their participants hack solutions to challenges that NASA proposes, creating games, smartphone and computer apps, videos, teaching tools, and much more. The challenges change each year within the theme of Earth and space. Some of the most popular challenges in 2019 included subjects ranging from the Earth's sea level rise to designing a sustainable missions to Venus and Mars. Our Space Apps COVID-19 challenge brought participants together from around the world to solve challenges specially related to COVID-19 pandemic. I now welcome Dr. D. Dhanasekaran, Chairman IET CLN, to deliver the welcome address. Dhanasekaran, sir, over to you.
Thank you. Pleasant morning to one and all on the day of our national pride, Gandhi Jayanti. As a chairman, IET Chennai Local Network, it's my pleasure and privilege to welcome our chief guest of the day, Mr. Ramakrishna Patre, our special guest, Dr. Srimati Kesan, and Mr. Shekhar Sanyal. Beloved committee members, organizers, faculty members, members from media and press, our value partners and sponsors, respected jury members, mentors, volunteers, students, and participants for this grand inauguration ceremony of NASA Space Challenge 2020. NASA Space Challenge is an international hackathon for coders, scientists, designers, technologists, and others across the globe, where teams associate with the National Aeronautics and Space Administration's open data to address the real-world problems on the Earth and in the space. The theme for this year's Space Challenge is to bring out solutions as Pareto had proved ages ago. I register with proud that this is the 9th edition of the hackathon, which is being held virtually in this new normal situation. The Institution of Engineering and Technology is one of the oldest multidisciplinary professional body based in the United Kingdom with the motto of working to engineer a better world. IET functions with a worldwide membership of 1,67,000 as on date. IET's India vision is to become most relevant and therefore the most preferred institution for engineering and technology professionals in India. IET Chennai local network has been doing various landmark events throughout this year, including the Industry Institution Summit, Smart City Challenge that was achieved in collaboration with Nokia Solutions and Networks Limited, and so on. We have closely been working with predominant industries for providing internship opportunities for the students. Also, it's time to mention the support we continue to receive from our apparent partners. Our knowledge partner, Department of Science and Technology, under the aegis of National Science and Technology Entrepreneurship Development Board, our technical partner, Nokia Solutions and Networks Limited, and our technology partner, Airmeet, and our innovation partner, Red Bull Basement, have always been excellent to work with ever. Thank you for all your hands on coordination and support. Moreover, we remember with gratitude all the eminent personalities who have inspired our young professionals in all the boot camps. Thank you for all of them. On behalf of IET Chennai Local Network, I wish all the participants a wonderful experience and my best wishes for you all to develop innovative solutions and address the real world problems. The ethos of this whole event is to collaborate, learn, and have fun. I'm pretty sure that today is going to be the most wonderful day for all of us. Thank you everyone for your efforts and attitude. Stay blessed. Good day. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir, for that graceful welcome note. Never limit yourself because of others' limited imagination. Never limit others because of your own limited imagination. Quoted astronaut Mae Jemison. Our first guest for today, Mr. Shekhar Sanyal, currently the country head and the director of Institution of Engineering and Technology, IIT India, has completed his MA English Literature from the Delhi University and joined the Devi Ahilya Vishwavidyalaya for his MBA in Marketing and a certified behavior analyst. Mr. Shekhar Sanyal has always worked to help organizations to increase their productivity, to create extraordinary results. He connects the dots faster and thereby creates strategy and builds market quickly. He has a track record of turning around organizations from stagnancy to performance within a short span. He's a well experienced in building effective social and business platforms to multiply the impact and the growth of organizations. He leads over 1,000 volunteers in South Asia to help impact areas like IoT, future of mobility, transport, and future of work. His specialities are strategy and measurement systems, change management, organization turnaround, productivity, operation efficiency, business platforms, and sales. He has made the IIT grow in India from 600 members to 10,000 members, which is an increase of over 1,000%. Now I request Mr. Shekhar Sanyal to brief our audience about the IIT.
Good morning, namaskar, vanakkam, everybody. I am delighted to be present here and welcoming all of you for the prestigious International Space Apps Challenge hosted by the IET Chennai Local Network. The IET is a professional society for engineers. As you already heard, we have got 168,000 members spread over 150 countries. In fact, what is also notable is that we are also starting to celebrate our 150 years of existence. So we are about 150 years old, 149 right now, soon to turn 150. And we started way back in 1871 when the railways had just entered the UK. And there was a new breed of technicians and engineers who came into being. They were the people who were doing signaling and wireless work, but there was no specific courses available in universities and colleges for them to learn that. And they learned on the job. And these people came together to share their experiences in what was called the Society of Telegraphic Engineers, which was formed in 1871. The Society of Telegraphic Engineers, in about a decade or so, converted itself into the Institution of Electrical Engineers, or the IEE, or the IEE, as it was popularly known. And it remained like that for till 2006, when it became the Institution of Engineering and Technology, which is the institution we are talking about now, more popularly known as the IET. This makes us the world's oldest surviving engineering institution. So there are many engineering institutions which have started before us, but they no longer survive. So we are the oldest surviving engineering institution in the world. And we're celebrating our 150 years, so it's a big year for us. It's also a big year or a difficult year because this is the year when we are all facing a pandemic of unprecedented proportions, and we are all dealing with it. Now, the way we have, from a body of engineers like us, dealt with it, especially since we are speaking about Chennai Local Network, that's really commendable. The kind of work that our volunteers are doing and the kind of things they are brought in place, the NASA Space Apps Challenge, virtually being one of them, is really commendable. Now, around the world, we have 168,000 members. In India, we have got close to about 12,500 members spread across the country. We have got 9 local networks or chapters, 8 of them in India, 1 in Sri Lanka, Colombo, which also we support from India itself. All these local chapters or local networks have been working and creating, in fact, in the time of the pandemic, from the time we went into the first lockdown till now, I think about 65 virtual events have been held by the local networks itself, and which has impacted thousands of people, giving them information, knowledge, awareness, etc., which is so important at these points of time. In India, we have been working specifically around 2 pillars. One pillar is focused around engineering and engineering education itself. So we work with universities and colleges through our academic affiliate program, where we work with them to support them in their growth and the requirements that they have. Within the academic affiliate program, we also work with the management, we work with the teachers, and we work with the students. We also have the on-campus program, which works with students in making them more ready and employable for jobs, also keeping them better equipped to handle the engineering education and the quality of engineering education. We are also one of the few international academic accreditors. We accredit university programs, so which we are according under the Washington Accord, and we have accredited a number of universities and their programs across India. So we also provide the benchmark of quality in terms of engineering education. So while on one hand we work with the engineering education system, and on the other hand, we have got another program, another pillar, which is built around thought leadership. And currently we work around 3 areas of thought leadership: future technologies, future of mobility and transport, and future of work. We started the future technologies some years back as the Internet of Things, which has now morphed into the future technologies thought leadership platform. We worked for about 4 years on Internet of Things, and we created a think tank which has given inputs into the government's M2M policy. It has given inputs into the social impact bill. So all those things which has worked with us. Currently, our future technologies platform, the panel, has been working with our future of mobility and transport panel and created a framework of repurposing buses for COVID testing in remote areas, which is currently with the ICMR for consideration. We also have, our future technologies panel has created a framework which is built around creating an asset management system around ventilators, which are so important at this point of time. And so that's also under consideration. We closely work with various government agencies and try to help them in these difficult times. That's what essentially that the IET does. It's a member-led, volunteer-led organization. As you can see, whatever this has happened today, what is going to happen today, the International Space App Challenge, is completely led by volunteers of the IET and created and organized by them. So this is something that is for the members, done by the members, and is consumed by the members. It's a completely volunteer-led, member-led organization. It is leads and works around technology change, helps impact responsible technology adoption, and creates roadmaps and feasible roadmaps around building those technologies. We work with industry, academia, we work as a bridge between industry and academia and the government and policymakers to make sure that as we go forward, especially in these difficult times, the impact or the slogan or the motto that we have, as Dr. Dhanasekaran said, working to engineer a better world becomes true. It is so important that as engineers, all of us realize the impact that we have on society. Each engineer, everything that's happening today, whatever we are doing, we are having this event which is happening virtually. We are seeing each other through a computer screen, or look at all the things that has happened from this morning till now, just these about 5 or 6 hours of this morning, and see whatever you have done today wouldn't have happened if an engineer someday did not decide to solve a problem. So the impact that engineers bring to society and making it a better place is enormous. And the IET wants to be the platform which allows engineers to make this change and impact society in a better way. I hope and wish, and I'm sure that this Space Apps Challenge would be, again, another step in that direction. And we see a lot of host of very unique solutions coming out to the problems that are there today. The theme, Take Action, is a very apt theme at this point of time. It's not just about talking. It's not about creating ideas. It's about implementing them. So taking action is so much important. And I wish all the participants and the organizers all the best for this. I look forward to a very, very engaging session. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Shekhar, for giving that extensive report on IET. As quoted by another famous astronaut, Sally Ride, science is fun, science is curiosity. We all have natural curiosity. Science is a process of investigating. It's posing questions and coming up with a method. It's delving in. Now, I take immense pleasure to introduce our next guest of the day, Mr. Shubham Shroff, founder of Applution Software, an artificial intelligence-based startup in Mumbai, which is an internationally acclaimed speaker, including TEDx, on subjects related to next-gen technologies. He has won several awards and recognition at prestigious platforms, including Cambridge University, Harvard University, and Institution of Engineers and Technology. He is the youngest and first ever Indian to be appointed as an International Committee Member of Technology and Professional Networks Communities at IET, UK. His path-breaking research papers have been published in international journals of repute. He is an advisor to venture capital funds for evaluation of tech-enabled disruptive solutions. He is also a co-founder and chief technology architect at 2 other startups for customer-centric solutions and technologies to address healthcare needs. I now invite Mr. Shubham Shroff, mentor and jury of NASA Space Apps Challenge, founder and CEO of AI startup TEDx speaker and winner of the prestigious IET Present Around the World 2017 competition, to set the context of the hackathon. Mr. Shubham, over to you.
Kirtivasan, can you make Shubham the co-host?
One second, sir. Hi.
Yeah, Shubham or Vivek.
Thanks a lot. I hope you can hear me now. Thank you, Anupama, for this beautiful, introduction, and thank you so much. It's always a pleasure to be associated with the IET and the Chennai local network for all the amazing work that they do. And the NASA International Space Apps Challenge is one of the biggest and the most reputed, celebrated global hackathons, global events, technology events that's there around the planet. And it's an honor and privilege to see students around and engineers and technologists around the country take part in this. It's happening simultaneously in 250 plus cities across the world. And to see it happening in India, being hosted by the IET, it's definitely going to change the paradigm of how it used to happen before. Well, before I move towards what is NASA Space Apps, it's interesting to understand that NASA Space Apps has always worked towards something that's relevant to today's time and also about what is going to happen in the future. When we think about NASA, ISRO, or other space agencies, we generally have a tendency since our childhood to think about Mars or planets beyond the Earth, understanding what a galaxy looks like, what the sun does, what the moon moves like, all those things which is beyond what we see at Earth. And well, those things are also an extension of we as engineers have always given and worked towards the desire of the human civilization. So the humans wanted to fly, engineers made aeroplanes. If humans wanted to cross the river, engineers made bridges. And that's how space agencies came across. Humans always wanted to understand what's beyond the Earth. And that's how spaceships, satellites, and organizations like NASA, ISRO, ESA have come in. Well, that's how it started. All engineering, all technology around the world has started as a desire of human civilization to be changing and to be moving forward. But NASA has always also looked towards Earth. If you'll be shocked if you see, and all the participants that are there today, when you move towards the open data platform or the portal of open data of the NASA government website, you will realize that the majority of its data centers, I believe about 15 of them, when they present the data to the open data portal, about 50 to 60% of the data is on Earth, and the remaining 30-40% data is on things beyond Earth. So you will realize that it has data from all spectrums of lives, all spectrum of different things that we as human civilization have known historically, and what we are going to know in the future, which is the unknown. And that's why it's a beautiful event to be a part of the NASA International Space Apps Challenge, to be using real-time data, to be using data which is not dummy, which is not mimicked, which is not mocked, but data which is actually coming in from these very, very beautifully and intriguing piece of technology that's floating around in the space. And that data is available to all of you today at all times to make something which is of some use and solves very deep challenges. The NASA Space Apps has different channels, have different sectors which one can choose and solve this and work towards solving. The people generally ask me during these competitions that, do you think that taking part in such challenge, a 2-day event or a 3-day event or even a 2-month event, we can actually solve the problems of the world or beyond the world? My answer is very simple to all the participants sitting there today. While it looks like a competition to you, my humble suggestion is that these competitions really change your own life. I participated in a competition in 2017 called the Present Around the World by the IET. And at that point of time, it looked like a presentation of technology. But that changed my life in making impact in some sector of the society. And today I can proudly say that it has been working. So my suggestion to everyone who thinks that these competitions are just for winning or participating, my suggestion is these competitions will definitely bring about a change because of 2 reasons. One, you are participating under a very, very strong brand name of IET and NASA International Space Apps Challenge. Your work, if out of the box, solving grave issues, it will be taken up into national, international forums and will be brought to the light. So work towards not an idea to win, but an idea to actually solve the problems. And the second reason that maybe not all ideas are going to be picked up, but the second reason is that these challenges, the work towards the NASA International Space Apps Challenge of 2020, working with teammates, talking to mentors, it is going to open a different channel in your brain to be able to create something, if not today, 5 years from now, 10 years from now, but this moment is going to matter to you because you worked towards it starting today, or this being a monumental part in your journey to make an impactful change. So, ladies and gentlemen, students, engineers, technologists, enthusiasts, I welcome you guys to the NASA International Space Apps Challenge. I promise you it's going to be a very exhilarating journey. All events by the IET and the Chennai local network have always been great, and they always welcome you with open arms. So have a good time, enjoy, and look forward to a lot of learning from all of you. And I'm pretty sure we're going to see brilliant ideas which can genuinely change the world. Thanks a lot.
Thank you, Mr. Shubham. That was a pleasure listening to you. Definitely, it's a great motivation to all our young students who are participating in the competition. Our pride of India, Kalpana Chawla, said, "The path from dreams to success does exist. May you have the vision to find it, the courage to get onto it, and the perseverance to follow it." Wishing you a great journey. Now, I request Mr. Rajkumar, Committee Member CLN, to introduce our special guest for the day, Dr. Srimati Kesan, who will be delivering the special address.
Thank you, Anupama. I am really proud and privileged to introduce Dr. Srimati Kesan to the NASA Space App Challenge. Dr. Srimati Kesan, founder and CEO of the leading space and technology incubator called Space Kids India, that's called SKI, is helping children reach out to the stars. Quite literally, launched in 2011, Space Kids India has designed and pioneering multiple programs that are aimed at creating the next generation of scientific thinkers in India. She is the only Indian to be decorated with the ambassador status to the top 3 space centers of the world: NASA, ESA, and GCTC Moscow. Apart from taking children to these research centers and taking children to these research centers for hands-on space training, rocket building, and launching technologies, satellite making, she has also invited cosmonaut Salisen Savru, that's called director of Yurikari in Space Center Moscow, and astronaut Moscow Ivarins, that's called NASA, to India to meet with Indian students and share their space travel experience and to motivate students, and especially the wing commander Rakesh Sharma and hero of Soviet Union space traveler. So these are the n number of achievements she made it. And creating young scientists and young leaders for the country is her main motto, for which she has designed metric to handpick them. Young Scientist India, Youth Icon, and 14 India Innovative for India, our annual contests are opened by SKI. The satellites are Kalam Sat-1, world's smallest and lightest satellite, launched at 22nd June 2017 from Valpos Island Flight Facility in Virginia, USA. And the second satellite launched by this team is SkySat 1U CubeSat with 27 experiments on board, launched at 25th August 2018, which is launched from the reusable rocket from Spaceport America. The third satellite, called Kalamsat version 2, launched at 24th January 2019 at ISRO Sriharikota. So she is the mission director for all the satellites, and Space Kids India has received wide international attention and found mention in Asia Book of Records, URF Book of Records, and Indian Book of Records, an Assist Book of Records, and official world record in addition to recognition for the space agencies, schools, colleges, universities world over. Only Indian to receive the Regal British Award at the House of Lords, UK, and she is also received so many awards, mentioned Tangat Taragai from News 7, and from earlier days at her childhood, she is the member of National Cadet Corps, which is she presented her parade in the prestigious Prime Minister's rally at Delhi Republic Day. From her childhood, she is an achiever. Really, I'm proud to and privileged to welcome her to the NASA Space App Challenge 2020.
Thank you, Rajkumar sir. Now I request Dr. Srimati to please present the special address.
Good morning, everybody. Can you hear me?
Yes, ma'am, we can hear you, ma'am.
Okay. So, good morning, everybody. I'm extremely delighted to be here this morning. And especially, I'm very happy when Mr. Shekhar Sanyal mentioned that this is the 150th year of Institute of Engineers, the inception of IET. And it synchronizes with the 150th year of celebration of the birth anniversary of Gandhiji. So I think it's a beautiful synchronization. And because Space App Challenge, any app challenge, or a challenge, I should say, has got some kind of a meaning towards real life problems and solutions. And space is extremely, extremely difficult and different. And I'm so happy to hear that there are almost about 890 participants, and you have international students participating in this. So good luck, children, and start your day fabulously, presenting the best of your ideas to these unsolvable or solvable or resolvable problems of the earth, and predominantly being COVID now most talked about. So hopefully we will get good results from you. Well, owing to from 1957, the space age has been, a lot of transition has happened. And during this transition, I think there have been a lot of ideas that's been incepted, and man had traveled to the moon. And, 50 years ago, he's traveled to the moon and understood what is there on the moon. The curiosity is what keeps us going. It is not only, so from there, not only the datas we have been using, the satellites are so important in our daily life, and every little thing is a satellite link. And challenges, if we have to think about the challenges, yes, we were using a lot of alloys and everything to make these satellites and rockets. Now these have been changed, and you've started building hypersonic air breathing rocket engines and hybrid launchers, and all these things. There's been a transition. The propulsion systems, there is a change. So everything is continuously changing, and this is all because of how a human being is able to foresee the vision that he or she is having towards another planet. And saying this, I should be talking about our team, wherein we thought that if there is going to be a huge satellite built with X amount of money, and if it is a failure when it is launched, what happens next? So we racked our brain and we said, we need to build technology demonstrative satellite. Well, of course, there were a lot of technology demonstrative satellites available, before we had launched. Of course, there were a lot of student satellite launched. Beyond that, I think we have launched something called the femto category satellite, the 64-gram satellite, and that has been creating a wave among the entire engineering and space community, because predominantly they would say that if it is very, very small, it is going to be a debris, and debris is a big challenge in the space industry, because not many things have been found to curtail the debris in space, because because of this debris and the movement, because of the debris movement there in space, there have been a lot of junk has formed. And people think that this is going to pose a huge challenge, because we are constantly launching satellites. And when we constantly launch satellites, like how Earth has become so cramped, space also becomes cramped. So I would like to show this. This is the structure, the 64-gram satellite, the Kalam Sat, which made waves across the globe. That is the structure that we had used. And here we have used, instead of alloys, we have used polymers and carbon fiber to build this structure. And we wanted to see what, amount of G-force it could sustain in space. Well, moving on, we also have built this KalamSat version 2, which was launched by ISRO. And this one was launched by NASA and from Wallops Island, Virginia, in their Terrier Orion rocket. Well, of course, this is called, it went suborbital. It had, I think, about 5 minutes of space. It had been in the space environment for 5 minutes, and it could sustain that kind of a G-force. So we are extremely happy to think about new polymers and think about new combination of carbons that could be, that we could use to build the satellite. Because, if we are going to be building tons of satellite, and when we launch it and one small failure, the entire mission is gone for a toss. So that is where we wanted to use, a different kind of material, and we wanted to make the satellite as small as possible, and predominantly for students, because everything should be hands-on. And space is something that we cannot sit and read through the textbooks. You need to apply everything straight on missions, and only then understand the repercussions. Well, of course, a lot of initially when we had to do a testing about satellites, they had to do physical testing of vibration and EMC and so many things. But now, thanks to the app challenges like this, lovely apps have come up, and we are able to do a lot of simulation. We are able to run a lot of simulations before the actual mission. So I think NASA App Challenge is a brilliant platform for not only the coders, to the thinkers, the educators, the designers, and the scientist fraternity to come together and solve a real lifetime challenge. So I'm extremely happy to be a part of this, and I wholeheartedly wish each student, and just like Mr. Shubham mentioned, it is not winning. Winning is not the criteria. Participating is the criteria, and understanding the whole concept and leaving an imprint with your innovation, that makes a big deal. Today, you may be sitting here in a small room and doing all these things, but tomorrow you don't know, your innovation may really be helpful to mankind. So, children, good luck to you. All the very best. And once again, a wholehearted thanks to IET for inviting me here. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am. Exploration really is the essence of human spirit. None of us, including me, ever do great things, but we can all do small things with great love, and together we can do something really wonderful. I now take this opportunity to introduce our chief guest of the ceremony, Mr. Ramakrishna Patra, Head Manufacturing Solutions and IoT Cluster. Currently heading engineering services and IoT initiative at Nokia's Chennai factory is a telecom professional having experience spanning over 26 years. He's completed his bachelor's degree in electronics and telecommunications from University of Calcutta in 1994 and joined R&D of Tata Telecom in 1994 for development of 600 megahertz microwave radio. He has vast experience of working in multinationals like Siemens and Nokia Siemens, handling all communication and technologies, that is microwave, optics, radio access, and all leading telecom sectors in India and abroad. His passion has been to learn all emerging technology and strive for innovation. He is an active member for the Global Transformation Initiatives by Nokia for Industry 4.0. He is a global cluster owner of IoT in Nokia factories. I now call upon Mr. Ramakrishna Patra to deliver the inaugural address.
Good morning. Am I audible clearly?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Good morning, everybody. So it is indeed a great pleasure, honor for me to be here today, and I'm trying to connect with all of you remotely from here today. Uh, to be honest, when first I was approached that I need to give a speech on NASA's Space App Challenge, I was a bit confused. NASA, as I think Dr. Subham was telling, something looking toward the sky. I have zero knowledge on anything on space. It's too high tech topic for us, except little bit what we studied in the engineering studies. Okay, so I thought, what should I add value here? But then when I went deep into the schedule, I found no, it is towards looking down the earth and really trying to find out solution problem for the real world, and that really excited me. And I also heard, I think from IT side, 150 years we crossed this event. Now, the company where I am, and I have spent more than 23 years, Nokia now, has a lot of synergy. Those you who know Nokia, we have crossed 150 years. We have undergone a lot of transformation, business point of view, starting from rubber, pulp, monitor, people don't know. Then famous handset, Nokia, everybody knows. But predominantly now we are into, delivering network, 3G, 4G, 5G, that type of network to all telecom operator all over the world. Okay. Now, in course of this transformation of Nokia, every time through any transformation, we have tried to change the lives of people on earth. We have been active partner to doing something in course of our business operation to change the life of the people on the earth. And this was very much appealing to me. So I thought, no, I like it. I like to talk something on that topic. Now, being in the technical field, I'll be feeling more comfortable to talk on 5G, Industry 4.0, IoT. I can go on talking on hours. But today, intentionally, I decided not to use bunch of PowerPoint slides, technical data. I would like to talk something different. Now, the theme I was thinking, what should be the theme for my speech? So myself, I was calling the theme, how it would be if it is changing the world in a world of change. Now, this competition is all about coming out with a solution which can make changes. And all of us know that the whole world is going through a big change. And the changes are not necessarily for good. We are having many big challenges. Now, of course, the most important challenge, all of us say, is this COVID, we all know, unprecedented in our lifetime. First time we are going through. All over the world, people, scientists, engineers, doctors, medical professionals trying to find out the solution, how to come out of that. I will park it for some time being that COVID part. But leaving aside that, if we look the whole world in last couple of decades, I think there are n number of challenges are haunting us, and we are not yet able to come out of that.
Sir, is there a problem?
Yeah, I guess he has got disconnected. Just give a second.
Audible?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Now.
Sorry, I don't know. Sorry, I was disconnected. Okay, fine, no problem. So, even if the whole world, I was talking, the first problem in the whole world, what is very core to my heart, is the poverty in the whole world. Even if the whole world has advanced a lot in last couple of years, lot of technological development, space, okay, we take pride in everything. The fact remains, still a huge population of the whole world is below the poverty line. I would say if a person cannot earn even a $1 per day, if we call them below poverty line, the population is still more than 700 million in the whole world, which is, I think, the whole population of the whole Europe or half of the population of US. Now, this picture is not a question of only developing country or developing country, India, Africa. It's not that. Even if you open the windows of high-rise buildings in San Francisco, California, Bombay, right, we see a lot of slums. So the poverty, though very conventionally we think it's of the poor countries, Africa's developing countries, but the hard reality, it is not that case. Whole world is suffering from poverty. If we cannot earn $1 per day, the population of the world, I think it is shameful for all of us. I feel so personally. This is point number one. Point number two, the challenge for what I feel is human health and well-being. There has been an enormous development in the medical science. We know that it's remote management facility. Unless people need to go to the hospital, make real measurement, then take periodic medicine. So that one of the area is still a problem. Third point, I call sustainable world, which is around, energy, etc., carbon emission. Now, all of us know, those who are in this technical field, that world is becoming warmer and warmer. And some study says that by 2040, it's not really far away from now, just 20 years from now, 20 years, it will be a serious threat to the humankind. I know there are a lot of young kids out there. Definitely, everybody would like to live multiples of 20 years, and at least I would like to, who are in the mid 50s, I would definitely like to touch 2040, so just 20 years from now. There's a data from McKinsey in US, the most developed country, what all whole world says. If I recall, the data point is something 2.1 trillion gallon water is wasted due to the leaky pipeline or the water leakage in the country. So if it happens for a country like US, then think of the water wastage happening throughout the whole world. Now, what are you trying to do something about that? We don't have any solution right now, but these are the topics which is haunting everybody. Fourth point is something not technological. It is absolutely nothing around technology, something about global order, law and peace. This is hard fact that as we are speaking, after Second World War, world was more or less going to a normal situation. But today, as we are seeing, there is ever increasing geopolitical issues, terrorism, tension, political tension, which once upon a time was not a topic of interest for us. We used to think if something is happening in US, in China, how does it matter us? But today, the hard irony is that this geopolitical stress, tension can hit everybody. Today, as I'm speaking from my room, I can be affected due to something geopolitical topic, which really I don't have any role. The big leaders of the world, the politicians, they control it. And with all due respect to politicians, instead of showing the leadership, they fuel something different for what we are in. Now, you may wonder, I may sound pessimist, all the challenges I am talking. The fact is, I am not pessimist, I am optimist. The point I'm trying to make, out of these 4 topics of challenge, what I told now, what the technocrats, the people in this forum particularly, I'm pretty sure the people are more technical minded. We are having pretty good technical understanding. We pursue technology. So what the technical people, technology world can do towards make changes towards that. So now I will try to touch a couple of points. I strongly believe that technology, if it is rightly used with a great vision, then definitely it can contribute, even not fully, to a great extent towards solution of each and every problem. Let's first come to my point, what I told about the poverty, right? What is poverty? Poverty is people are not having money. We all know there is something called productivity. Now, it is fact that in spite of all technological changes, the productivity from 1970s unfortunately has gone down, which is related to in the economics term called GDP of the whole world. Now, those who are in the field of technology know that we are talking of industry 1, 2, 3, 4 very well. Now, industry 1.4, we know it is all about mechanical, industry 2, electrical, industry 3.0 was about computer. Now, industry 4.0 is about threading all these verticals and creating a cyber physical world. Now, the study says that if we can have applications, industry 4.0 right applications, we can have 30% productivity improvement. To put it in simple terms, in a factory, like I work in a Chennai factory, and we have the already flavor taste of that if we adopt the right industry 4.0 principles, which is based on many applications, which is not independently computer, not independent mechanics, but combination of everything, with the same machine, same manpower, we can have 30% improvement of the output. What it means, we predict by 2025, in again in economic terms, 1.2 trillion worth money can come to the whole world. If you distribute it to the population of the world, people will get money. Though I am putting it very simplistically, but net the point I'm trying to mention that if we can improve the productivity, which technology can do, technology can take care of many hidden losses in any environment. In the manufacturing environment, we have the best of the machines, we have the best of the people, engineers, but still, when I check the output, how much loss happens? We don't know where is that loss. We call it speed loss because we are not able to catch where the loss is happening. So we like to utilize the machine's manpower fully, which will ultimately add to the productivity, which is definitely a topic of engineers. It is not a topic of politician or anybody else. The solution how to do productivity improvement, we can bring, the young minds can bring. Coming to health topic. Think of a situation, somebody collapsed on the road, and I mentioned that any severe heart attack, there is a golden period, all of us know very well, right? Now imagine a situation, somebody falls on the ground, the smart wearable triggering some signal to the nearest 5G ambulance, it is coming. As soon as he's boarding the 5G ambulance, camera is on, ECG starts. So by the time, even if it takes 1 hour to reach to the hospital, his monitoring has started by the doctor. Administrative staff has already booked an operation theater. He's put straight to the operation theater. It is feasible. It is feasible. It is a vision, and it is happening. Think of the aged population. In many countries, we are having more and more aged people who stays alone. You cannot admit them just in the nursing home or hospital always, right? Now, who will monitor them? Had it been a smart wearable, had it been a connected solution wireless, they are constantly being monitored centrally their health condition. Then in the event of any problem, their deterioration of the health symptom, some ambulance is rushing to them without any phone call, picking them hospital. How many lives of aged people who stays alone, lonely? It's a social problem, could have been sorted out. If this type of network, we could have really made it. Still, it is not there. Think of what technology can do. Like in Nokia, we are trying to build the products which will consume less power. That is one part. But let's come to day-to-day life, individual people, power wastage. We know in power transmission why the main loss happens, right? Majority power is lost in the transmission because you don't know even where the power is getting lost. Same thing in water, I told. Now, all the monitoring of the power loss in the society, in the whole world is actually, if I think as a concept, it's not a big deal if I look at the concept technologically, right? We can put IoT sensor, we can monitor, we can put to cloud, somebody can monitor, somebody can react. Okay, I'm not going to the technical topic, but as a concept, it is there. But maybe we have not put enough focused area that this is a big challenge. Coming to my last point of global order, law and order, etc. I told very specifically, this is not a topic of technology. I know very well, but I have a point to mention here, because maybe many entrepreneurs, many young engineers, many people from business house, you people are in this call. All of us has a role at least in our own capacity, to be ethical, to show the integrity, to really honor the diversity in the respective area. Let us, I will appeal everybody, not always look upwards, looking that the policies are made by government, society, international bodies. Like if I'm running an organization of 100 people, if I'm running an education institute, if I'm running a factory, what is my gender diversity ratio? Is it in the true sense I'm honoring gender diversity? Am I really an ethical company? Because we have seen in the whole world what sort of calamities, chaos has happened due to non-ethical behavior of very few. Not that people are bad, but few decision makers, owners, non-ethical behavior. How much loss has happened? How many people have lost their homes, job, livelihood? So I feel not in the name of technology, but as a principle, we can adopt that to play our part towards this ethics. Last point I'd like to mention, end of the day, coming back to NASA, we have all data, huge data. All the problem statement, what I was talking today, I refer to